Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel, and it's a Friday. We love a Friday. So as promised, I'm doing a full face review of the W7 cruelty free makeup line, and you can pick it up at B&M or you can pick it up at the range. I got all of mine from the range. In fact, I went to two different stores because they didn't have all of the products I wanted from the first store, so I went to the second store, got everything. So honestly, I have got every single product going bar one tiny eyeshadow palette which I couldn't find. So yeah, we've got primer, foundation, cleansing products, we've got spritz sprays, we've got beam me up, we've got lipsticks, bronzers, highlighters, lipsticks, eyeliners, eyebrow pencils. We are doing the whole lot. So just so you know, I don't use all of these products in at once on everyday life. I'm just putting it all on for you, so it will be quite a made up look. I've also got the two amazing Socialite and Total Eclipse palette, which are amazing, so I'm really excited to show you what we can do with those. Anyway, right, I'm going to go off, I'm going to wash my makeup off. I'm also then going to cleanse and moisturise with their products, with their own W7 products, and use their serum. So let's flip over to the other side. Okay, right, so the cleansing gel, love it. The towel that I was using was covered in makeup, even though I'd used my micellar water. Yeah, super impressed with that. That almost acts as a cleanser and a toner because it felt a little bit like it had tightened my skin afterwards. The smell is amazing. It smells like aloe vera. You know, the really sweet aloe vera drinks that you can buy. Oh, and it has, okay, so it has cactus extract in it. Maybe that's the aloe kind of smell, but it was really fresh, a really fresh, clean smell, which I loved. So yeah, I'll definitely be using that every day to take my makeup off. The second thing I used was the serum. The serum was very light. It was almost like a light jelly, and in fact I probably should have kind of predicted that because it's quite loose. I do like a thicker serum, but saying that, it did what it says on it, and apparently it's got hyaluronic acid and collagen in it, so let's hope that it's doing something behind the scenes. And then I used the moisturising cream, which the lid didn't come off properly, so I had to unscrew it and use it that way. But it's a nice light moisturiser. It's moisturising, but it's light. So it's not a light moisturiser, it's very, very moisturising, but it's light, which is exactly what you want if you're about to apply your makeup or you're in a bit of a rush. So that's all done. I'm going to crack on with the old makeup. First thing, I'm going to prime by using the Keep It Glassy. Keep It Glassy. Now, as you can see, it's pretty loose. I like a primer that's a little bit thicker, almost like another layer of skin to kind of adhere the foundation to. But let's give it a go. Excuse my tan, my bad tan at the moment. Right, okay, so quite loose, like I said, like I predicted. I'm gonna try it on the back of my hand first. Does it have any sparkle in it? Not that I can see. So if it just acts as a primer, it feels pretty good. Let's try it on the skin. Now, I either use too much, or it's because it's very runny, it's just taking a while to actually sink into the skin. But hang on, as I sit here, it is becoming more tacky, which is exactly what you want if you're getting a primer. You want it to become tacky so that your foundation and the rest of your makeup doesn't shift. It literally adheres to the primer. So I've got hope for this. It is quite tacky. In fact, it's very tacky now. Excuse the difference in colour of my hands and my face, but I did a bit of a bad job on my tan last night. But, yep. Pretty impressed with that. If you don't mind a tacky face before you put your foundation on, then this actually could really work a treat. Okay, so foundation. It's the W7 HD Foundation 12 Hour. and it actually says it's high definition foundation, early tan, so let's give it a go. At the end of the day, I am filming in HD, so let's see what happens. Right, I always pop it on the back of my hand first, 2 pumps. Now, I could also be adding a little bit of the Beam Me Up highlighter into the foundation. I won't, however, I will apply it afterwards, but you can do that. So just to add a little bit of illumination to your foundation. But I'm just gonna go in, I just literally kind of cover my brush like that. That is very, very nice. That has gone on so smoothly, and actually, I'm just going to use the rest of it from my hand. It's blended beautifully. I mean, I don't know what it would have been like without the primer, but you can still see some luminosity. What I will say is this foundation isn't full coverage, but you can tell that it has been milled very, very well, the pigment. I'm going to try a bit more actually, because I want to see if it's actually buildable. Let's just go for it. It's a Friday. Let's get dressed up to stay in and watch Netflix. Yep, it's definitely buildable. Wow. I am really bloody impressed with that. Oh sugar, I've just gone and bear with me one seckie. Right, what I'm going to do is, before I move on to any other base products, I'm going to just powder under my eyes. I'm going to be using the Set It Up by W7. This is claiming to be an HD finishing powder. So, like I said in my previous video, I always just go under my eyes before they start to crease anyway. So let's try this bad boy out. Re-go back over my foundation, which I've taken up to the eye. Now, I don't have a concealer. They didn't have any concealers in, so I don't know if they do them, but it would definitely be worth looking out for those if the foundation seems to be as good as they are. Right, so I've just tapped a little bit of powder on there, and I go underneath the eye. This duo is supposedly exactly the same as the Charlotte Tilbury duo. However, I believe this was a lot cheaper. I will pop the price down here. I can't remember the prices of any of this stuff, so what I'll do is I'll look at the receipt and I'll pop it at the bottom of the screen so you can see how much they are. But bronzer and a highlighter, for as cheap as it was, is a good buy either way. So let's open this bad boy up. Okay, here she is. So you've got your bronzer and your highlighter that side. I think even the pattern is the same as the Charlotte Tilbury. Naughty, naughty. Right, let's give this a go. Right, I'm going to go in with my bronzer first. Before I actually apply this, this is my usual. This is in my kit on a daily basis. This is the Honolulu. So it's obviously supposed to be the dupe for the Benefit. Okay, it's actually got a sheen to it. This duo has a highlight in it. You can actually see as I apply it to the cheek. Wow. That's actually got a highlight in it. I was not expecting that, and I guess actually as you look closer you can see there are particles there. Which I'm guessing is the highlight as well. My goodness, I don't even think I'm going to need a highlighter after this. This is quite strong. That's incredible. Okay, I'm not going to go too heavy on that. What I will do though is try the highlighter. So, woo! That's a really good highlighter, however. And I normally put a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Here, a little bit here. Pretty good. Yep. I like that a lot. Now, I don't want to look too flat with the bronzer and the highlighter and have a blusher. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. because that's also cruelty free, and we did the review for this last week. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little bit of e.l.f. because this has now become my daily blusher. You don't need to be too worried about where to place it, just where your cheeks are. Quite impressed. I'm quite impressed, W7. Right, we are going to move on. Highlighters. So we've got Beam Me Up in, well, we don't know what the colour is, but Beam Me Up, here we go. Beam Me Up in Dynamite and Beam Me Up in Volcano. Normally I would apply this with my foundation just to give it a little bit of luminosity, and I didn't because I wanted you to see it actually on its own. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of a swatch on my hand. So again, pump it like that. So I would say that this is quite, yeah, it's beautiful. These liquid highlighters just seem to be very, very good. If you can get yourself a relatively decent priced one, you're winning, right? And then that's Volcano. So there we go. So that's Dynamite and that's Volcano. Gorgeous. Now let's see how that rubs in. Still very pretty. Now this one, quite frankly, that colour I would possibly use as an eyeshadow base or under the brow, whereas the Dynamite highlight is actually ideal for me now. I've got a little bit on my finger, I would probably tap it. Underneath here. Also try it on the end of my nose. Yeah, that works for sure. Perhaps down my nose. Now, just so you know, I don't do this amount of makeup on a daily basis. Yeah, that looks really pretty too. What I'm going to do now is use the Volcano highlight, but just under my brow. So just here. Very impressed with those. I think you can see the sheen. Absolutely, the Beam Me Up is amazing. Just on the top of your on your Cupid's bow here. It's supposed to make your lips look bigger. I mean, I need all the help I can get. And oh, there's a little bit more on my. There you go. It wants to come off. So let's see if that blends in because that's been on my finger a while. Yes. Okay. Now that was the Volcanoes. So. So, I'm actually very impressed with that. Yep, I would absolutely rate the Beam Me Up. I think it's a really, really pretty product. Depending on your skin tone, I would go for, if I was a lighter skin tone, I'd go for Volcano. And if I was more my colour, I would go for Dynamite. Because it just has a slightly warmer undertone, it doesn't look too cool. Right, so now we've moved on to eyes. I'm going to try out. Okay, it's quite an interesting product this. It's called Bow to the Brow. Bow to the Brow. So I'm not too sure what to expect with this. Oh, I think it's fibres. Hang on, what does it say? It's an eyebrow powder. So yes, I think it's supposed to add fibres. So let's give this a go. Yeah, I like that a lot. I've just done that eyebrow. It's not a huge difference, but what I've done is I filled in the top bit. So it's a little bit, you know, neater that side than that side. I mean, some people might not have even touched my brow, but for the sake of this video, I am. Just applied a bit more powder to the brush. Gosh, I really like an ashy brown. Woo! Loving that. Yep, completely rate that. I think that was as cheap as chips as well. So that is called Bow to the Brow, and that was in medium brown. So I would hugely recommend that, girlies. Super, super, super impressed with that. So Bow to the Brow. I am gonna bow to the brow. Okay, I think it is time for the eyeshadow palettes. So this is Total Eclipse. I have not swatched these yet. I want to do that for you now. The Total Eclipse, probably because of the name, it does have a lot more cooler tones, along with some really good base and some crease colours. Then you've got the Socialite palette, which is a lot more nudie and pretty and bridal-y. So if you're looking for a nice palette for if you're getting married, then this is absolutely the palette for you. Hopefully the colours won't drop out, but this is kind of what I'm predicting. So let's have a little look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch these for you now on my hand, and you can see, on my arm, and you can see exactly what they look like. That is lovely, that's high society, and no, it didn't drop out. So this is called Extravagance. Blue Blood, which is that one, not too sure why it's called Blue Blood. There's quite a lot of loose pigment on that. This is called Blue Blood. Yeah, so that's a lot looser. You can see it's already coming away. So let's try Old Money, which is this one. That's Old Money. Then we've got Pink Diamond. Not much on Pink Diamond at all. That's just very, very, I don't think there's much moisture in that at all. And then we're going to go About Town, which is that one. Okay, so there we go, About Town. Now we'll move on to Total Eclipse. Okay, here we go. So we are going to start with Orbit. That's Orbit. Right, Solar. This is gorgeous. This is right up my alley. There. That's really pretty. Is Horizon. More pinky sheen. Then you've got Bronze Age. That's Bronze Age. I pressed too hard. I was getting too carried away. It felt so good. Right, I'm gonna have to clear this mess up before my chair goes into the carpet. But yeah, see what I mean? You can't press too hard. I'm not, honestly, I wasn't pressing too hard. I literally was just going round. So this is Orion. Again, that is a lovely shimmer. Got Astronomy, that looks like a beautiful blue. Oh, there you go. That's really, it's like a peacock colour. So that is called Astronomy. You see that? Big Dipper. Where can I put it? Big Dipper. Oh, that's pretty. And then the last one is Lunar. And I'll pop that side by side, so a little bit darker than the Big Dipper. There we go. So I've run out of arms, so let me just show you both of them. So that's the Socialite palette, glitters, and that is the going in with my W7 mascara. It's called Lashtastic. I've been using this for about 2 years. I absolutely rave about this. If anyone says, can you recommend a mascara? I will recommend this. Unless you want waterproof, this is not waterproof, but I don't tend to kind of go in water. And I absolutely love it. And the reason I love it is because it isn't a natural hairbrush. It's actually like a silicone wand. I'm not too sure how it's made, what it's made out of, but anyway, it's a plastic wand and it's got really, really short bristles. You'll see actually, let me just open it up for you. Look how short those bristles are. So, and it's ideal for me. It's super black. It's ideal for me because of the short bristles, and I've got short lashes, which means it doesn't touch my eyeshadow or my skin as I'm going up. So yeah, I absolutely rave about these. Yeah, I'm not very good at applying eyeliner, so I've done my best. I would say no to that because I mean, it depends how you normally work it. It's really stiff. It's a very stiff end. It doesn't bend with your eye. So when you're trying to go round the curve of the, you know, where your eyeball is, it's kind of just pulling instead. So no, I wouldn't recommend that. I've done the best I can. I'm not very good at doing eyeliner, but I've given it my best shot. And now I'm going to apply, although I don't know which ones to do. There's two different types here. These are called Get Real Lashes. I think I'm gonna go for these ones. Okay, so my lashes are on. Yeah, they're really nice. I'm just so bad at putting on lashes, it's ridiculous. I think I've even cut more off this end than I did on that side, but anyway. What am I like? Right, right, let's finish off with these incredible lipsticks. So this is in Tantalising. I think I showed it on the video that I did last week for the range. I don't know if you can see, but it says Tantalising. Now that is an incredible colour. Right, so that's the first one. That's the first colour. The second colour I got is in Darling, and wow, isn't that beautiful? I love them both because they've got quite an orangey undertone. I love that. And then I also got the Glitter Pop. So I'm going to try the Glitter Pop on now for you, then I'm going to take it off and I'm going to apply the darker shades. So this is Glitter Pop and it's in Flesh Flash. It looks like it's probably going to be a matte lipstick, a little bit like my my other matte lipsticks, but let's give it a go. That actually goes on really, really nicely. I'm just going to see if it dries down. I mean, it doesn't say it's a matte lipstick, but it definitely feels like it's gone on like a matte lipstick. We shall see. It doesn't say it's matte, but it absolutely is a matte lipstick. I love the colour. It has changed. It went on very, very pale, as you can see. Look, it's changed colour completely. So that is one thing I would say about it. It's way more pinky here, and this is very, very nude. So it's nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lip gloss with a bit of sparkle and very, very pale. But actually it's come out and it's oxidised and it's gone to like a pale pink. So there we go. Right, I'm going to take that off and then I'm going to try on the other lipsticks. Okay, so it's a lovely colour. It is quite waxy, if you know what I mean by that. I didn't need a lip liner with it. It's a very, very good pigment. That is with no lip liner, but obviously with it being brand new and it's got a nice sharp edge, I was actually able to kind of create my own lip line. I think, I don't know if that is long wearing, but boy, that is a very, very intense colour. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very nice. Right, let's go on to Darling. Okay, Darling, again, same packaging. Unfortunately, somebody's popped this up and then squidged the lid back down. It wasn't me, but I like this colour. I think this is more of a me colour. So yeah, let's give it a go. Do you know, this reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury. Is it Sydney? Or is it Charlotte? I can't think. That is a very, very lovely colour. It's so easy to apply. It's like I said, they are very waxy, but really, really moisturising. So I mean, I get really dry lips, and actually I've got a feeling that this would actually really help. I really like that. Wow, I'm actually going to look at all of their other lipsticks going forward, because that's a really nice colour. Wow. Yep, I'm super happy with those. Right, last but not least, I'm going to keep this on. Last but not least, we've got these incredible, which I showed you last week. They are setting sprays. I've got an Illuminating setting spray, which is in hologram or hollow. I think it's just hollow. And then this one's in gold, and they're called Ready, Set, Glow. Which side shall I do? Right, I'll do it as you see it. So I will put the setting spray of this on that side, and I'll put the setting spray of that on that side. It feels very cooling and very relaxing and wet. I must admit, I've never used these sprays before. I'm going to go again. Okay. It smells like melon. It smells like melon. Okay, now we're going to go in the other side in gold. Right, I'm going to go again. Let's go mad! Let's go mad! I've never ever used setting sprays. I've seen girls use them, but I've never used one myself. But oh god, I can kind of understand why now. It is really cooling. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to take this off, take some pictures with my hair looking half decent, and you'll be able to see a before and an after. So yeah, I really hope that there's some products here that you can use and you can whiz down to your B&M or your range. Again, it's all cruelty free, which is obviously very important to me. And yeah, I hope you've picked up some good tips, and you might go down and start using some of these products yourself. So until next week, just a quick one, next week is my big 40th birthday. I haven't yet decided whether I'm going to be able to fit a video in for you next week. I will try my best. If not, it might be a bit of a come celebrate with me, because I've got quite a lot of things planned next week. You can come along with me and see what I'm up to if you're interested. But anyway, have a good weekend. Get yourself a gin and tonic, as I always say. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye!